Recording in progress.
Welcome to the Bravo Rundown. This is Genevieve Melzer, Real Melz of Bravo, and my lovely co-host, Sonia Weber. Yay! She is Bravo,
Hi.
Bravo, Books and Bravo, and I'm Real Melz of Bravo. I think I already said that. We have a lot to cover today. We're so happy you guys are here because there was a lot of Bravo tea and the shows. There was a lot of good shows this week. So, Sonia, let's start with your hot take of the week.
Okay, news that is hot off the press that I just saw
Yes.
in Us magazine about Bethany's Supermodel Cafe. So it opened, I think it was Thursday on August 13th. It's a pop-up in Hamptons. No, Quogue. Didn't someone say it was in Quogue? Then I read Southampton's in this Us Weekly
And it says
article.
Hamptons on the menu, so
Because Quogue is the famous from the Roni episode, season 4 or 5 with Cindy
oh.
Barshop. She has a home in Quogue, and Sonia and Ramona are like, I don't drive out to Quogue.
Oh,
So
so like that's not considered
yes,
Hamptons? Oh,
yes,
ooh.
yes. So I saw Quogue everywhere, but then in this Us Weekly article, it says Southampton. Anyways, but my hot take is I don't know if people are hate wanting to try it. I literally want to try her food. I just sent you a picture this week of her new Skinny Girl
Yes.
balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I may have talked about it on the podcast here before. I really like it. I think it's good. So I feel like there is potential for this cafe. Now, I don't think she owns the Skinny Girl brand, so I don't know that she can take ownership if it tastes good. I had posted to Threads how good it tasted, and someone tagged Bethany, and Bethany liked it. So I was like, okay,
Oh my
she
gosh.
likes that I liked her dressing. I was excited.
Two
But
degrees of separation from the margarita lady.
yay! Or maybe not yay, I don't know. But I do want to try it. I want to try her cheesecake. There's cheesecake on there. There's
Yes.
bagels, which I thought someone was probably in the back scooping them out with like a melon scooper, like she's known for. I saw some influencers on TikTok. They got a sample of it, and it's like light bagels, is what they
Yes.
are.
Apparently they're like high protein, and somebody said in my comments because I made a video about the whole thing that they were like she's not even going to mention Goldberg bagels. So I think they're Goldberg bagels, so they're like high protein and they're like low whatever carb or something. They're like healthy bagels.
What's Goldberg
I don't
bagels?
know. I think that's the
Oh,
brand.
oh, is that like a
Yeah.
famous brand or
I
a
think it
famous
must
bagel
be
cafe?
like
Or
I didn't look it up, but I'm like, oh, that must be like who is providing the bagels for her.
oh, and they're probably well known, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
maybe. Yeah, in
Okay.
like certain circles.
And the toppings there, it doesn't seem to be vegetarian except like a peanut butter jelly one maybe.
Yeah, it
But I'll
was
try the cheesecake.
hmm
I'll take a plain bagel. I did have the menu up. Anyways, I want to try it. Do you want to try it?
I would try it, yes. It's very like, I want to say, because Beverly Hills, I'm thinking, it's very she. They have a lot of money backing this. There was a bus. The bus was branded. It's a pop-up, but maybe there's like more that's going to be happening. Apparently, though, because you sent me this Us Weekly article, it was so busy for this like pop-up, like first day kind of, soft opening thing that they got a like an order on the door of like, you didn't follow the rules. There was too many people here. You have to stop. And apparently Bethany hasn't said anything about that yet, but the Hamptons people were upset because they were like, we already told you what it's like to, I guess, do business here and you need to follow these rules. And she didn't.
So it was very weird in the article understanding what happened. So one was the fire marshal and
Yes.
unpermitted signage outside. So Andy Cohen was talking about a bagel place in his neighborhood this week about a similar situation that the
Oh,
bagels are so popular that the lines are so long that it is ending up reducing business from the neighboring places because of that bagel shop and everybody in line. So, it takes away business because you're in line and you're blocking and people are like, oh no, there's a line at my like neighborhood coffee place when it's actually for that one. So it hurts
yeah.
the other people's business, but it's a pop-up. So it's not there forever.
Exactly. And I just wanted to look up Goldberg bagels while we're talking
Well, and when
because
you said it was the van, like the branded van, I read in that article too that the jitney, she teamed up with the jitney. So the famous jitney, which is the
yes.
bus that goes from Manhattan to the Hamptons. Sonia Morgan was known for wearing a diaper on it because the drive is so long, and then says she can't take a bathroom break, so she wears a diaper on the
Oh
jitney.
my
They
God.
are branding with Bethany, like all the Roni connections. It's funny for like the New Yorker here. It's kind of exciting.
And of course, she had her famous chicken salad on the menu, which neither one of us eat chicken, so we couldn't try it. But I think there was maybe like, yeah, just like a plain bagel that we could try.
Well, and it's funny that she's known for chicken salad. And the reason she is because there's some place in Hamptons that has the best chicken salad. And she apparently did a zillion TikToks about the chicken
Yes.
salad at that Hamptons place. So now she's just known for chicken salad when it's like, but you're just talking about someone like I could go eat French bread from my HEB, my grocery store here, HEB, and then suddenly I'm known for French bread just because I eat so much of their bread. $1.27.
I remember that she was like upset because she like went to the place that has the chicken salad and they like didn't care. They weren't like, "Oh my God, Bethany, you're here. Thank you so much." And she was like really offended, like they didn't even like make me feel special. And I have sold so much of their chicken salad. So this was probably because of that she was like, "I'm going to make my own cafe and my own chicken salad."
Yeah, it's because you won't promote me at your place, so I'm going to make one that's going to be better and I'm going to get more attention for it. And it's funny that she's doing this all in the Hamptons. I guess she's kind of become synonymous with the Hamptons because she had that home. She doesn't like she lives in Florida, like Miami now, but of all
Yeah.
locations to do it in the Hamptons, maybe she still spends her summers there in the Hamptons. She sold the one house that we saw on Roni.
Oh, she did sell that?
She like recently, I feel like it sold. So she pulls up to, I'm about to say premiere. She pulls up to the opening of the pop-up. She's in her pink Bronco. She's made a big deal about her and Bryn getting pink Broncos. Bryn's in the back with the two puppies. She's in the front. The new boyfriend is driving her. I don't know who this
Oh.
boyfriend is. She gets out, like the boyfriend opens the door for them. They take the puppies out. They take their little pictures and go inside. And then I turned off the TikTok.
You know, life is just so wonderful in Bethany's world.
No.
And why supermodel? Why name it the Supermodel Cafe? Does Bethany want to be a supermodel? Does she think she's a supermodel?
She seems to like connecting with the big the influencers, the young female influencers, like doing collaborations with them.
Okay.
And in that Us Weekly magazine, it said when she opens the official one, do you remember where it says where it's going to be?
No.
Maybe Manhattan. So this is a pop-up. She's going to
Yeah.
have a studio in there, and this was really fascinating. It will be for brands to connect with creators and create, I guess, TikToks, Reels in her studio. So it's
Do they have to give her a piece of the brand deal because she's
Has to.
filming it there?
Has to. So it's like Genevieve is collaborating with Target, doing a brand deal, and she's doing it in Bethany's studio. So Bethany is going to get maybe you get a portion of whatever deal, or what is the word? Like you're like a real
Percentage.
estate agent.
Oh,
Yeah, like
yeah.
a percentage. Like what's the word for it? Like you're making that connection. So you get a piece of the pie.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet in all the Instagrams and TikToks, you have to tag Supermodel Cafe.
Yes. Yeah. This is so Bethany. It has Bethany's like claws written all over it. It's like Bethany's going to get something. Bethany's getting something. Bethany is getting more than something.
But here's the thing, like, let's find some small creator with 5,000 followers who's trying to make it big. Let's get a big brand. I don't know, name a big brand. I don't know, Starbucks.
yeah.
They're going to use Bethany's name and that creator. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's a 5,000 follower account, but you got Bethany tied to it, that creator is probably going to get peanuts, but you're kind of getting a brand deal with Bethany in Bethany's place. So it can help small creators, but
Okay.
it's going to be like the reality TV world. You go on season 1 and you're getting paid peanuts, but that is a stepping stone to make it big in social media. So that creator is going to get paid probably peanuts, but you've now gotten a brand deal with Starbucks and Bethany. So
Right.
that's going to look pretty good for you.
This is all very interesting. Bethany just keeps reinventing herself as a businesswoman,
Yeah.
right? Whether we like it or not, she is here and she is here to stay and she's going to be in the news. Goldberg's Bagels. It says they're famous. They have a few places in New York, in the Hamptons. So it just like
Hamptons.
a Jewish deli. Yeah. So
It's probably a small deli. It's probably something small.
It's probably
that
like
she's
the best
collaborating with.
bagel in New York. You know what I mean? My hot take of the week also has to do with an OG housewife, and it's Vicki. Vicki Gumbelson, the OG of the OC, because something's going on with Vicki. Ultimate Girls Trip debuted, and Vicki, she kind of a Debbie Downer, like Emily said. It's actually accurate. Or what did she call her this week? What was like
Is this something else?
it was like a, yeah, I can't think of the word, like a negative Nelly, something like that, but not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But so Vicki, she keeps talking about Dawn. Oh, and somebody commented, sorry, this is so funny. And I was like, that's funny. I'll leave that comment. I kept saying Dawn in my video. I was like, Vicky's in love with Dawn. And they kept saying, why are you saying Dawn, D-A-W-N, and not Dawn, D-O-N?
What's the difference? Dawn? Dawn. Dawn? Dawn.
I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to say Dawn. I'm sorry if that offends people
Are you
out
just
there.
picturing D-O-N in your head when you're saying it? Like to make sure that people can tell you're saying D-O-N?
I'm talking about Vicky's.
D-A-W-N, Dawn. Can you tell? D-O-N, Dawn.
I'm talking about Vicky's ex-husband, Don. And and how Vicky has already mentioned twice on Real Housewives of Orange County that the biggest regret of her life is leaving Dawn. And so then on Real Housewives, or on Ultimate Girls Trip, in the scene for next week's episode, first of all, it's Kyle and it's Vicki. If you're in this situation that Kyle's in, Vicki is the last person you want to comfort you. Kyle is crying. She's upset because Mauricio texted her and it was 30-year anniversary. It would have been their 30-year anniversary. So she's crying. She said, I feel really awful. And Vicki's like, yeah, you should. You should feel bad that you couldn't make it work. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how you're going to comfort her? And this is Kyle Richards here. You know, she already feels terrible, right? She feels awful. And so then Vicki goes on and mentions Dawn again. And I feel like Vicki is at a place of self-reflection in her life where she cannot let go of the fact that she cheated on Dawn and left him. But this is not good for the new boyfriend to be hearing about so many times.
No, it's not. There's a lot of things going on with her though.
Yes,
so
she's in pain a lot too.
well, so she told a story on Jeff Lewis where she was saying that she was working out with a new trainer, and I guess she was doing leg presses, or what's the one where you bend your legs?
Yeah.
You're working your quads, whatever that one, where you kick your legs up. And the trainer, this is what I'm really concerned about.
Yes.
The trainer said, do whatever, 200 pounds. And Vicky's like, I can't do that. No, you're fine. Do it. Well, she does it. And then she breaks something in her knee. What is happening with this trainer? Are we suing? Are they liable for the fact that they insisted you do that weight when you said no?
I know, because
my
that's the
concern.
thing is I do that exercise, right? And 200 sounds really like a lot,
Yeah.
Like 100 is like, okay, that's like tough. And also when she was on Jeff Lewis, Jeff said that happened to him too with a trainer. So I'm like, okay, like I understand pushing your clients, but also this woman is in her 60s.
I know.
And she said she didn't think she should do it. I feel like you should listen to her. Yeah, so she's in incredible pain because her knee. I feel like she doesn't really want to be there, but she is there. Like, I feel like maybe there was kind of like a battle because, okay, she got fired, right? So she's like, I'm done with them. She went on that documentary and talked about how she didn't like that that she was filmed when her mother died. And then it seemed like maybe Bravo would never bring her back because of that, right? And she even said on her podcast, like most of them do that aren't on anymore, like, oh no, I never want to go back. Like I would never go back. Then they ask her to come back and she comes back. And I'm wondering, half of her is probably like, I don't want to come back. I don't want the drama. She said her life was really good. She doesn't want drama. The show is just drama. The show is going to open up and expose anything that you want hidden. So is she regretting that she's coming back? She's also on Ultimate Girls Trip. She seems really like a Debbie Downer on that show too. So far, if I was on the cast with her, I wouldn't like her.
Well, even when she was on the Berkshire's Ultimate Girls Trip, she was a Debbie Downer.
Yes, she
We all
was.
thought it was because she was getting over COVID and she had just broken up with Steve Lodge, who was someone else who basically kind of swindled her for her fame,
Yeah.
another person. So she's probably at a place where she's, I want to find someone solid. And then what's going on with her kids?
Yeah. We don't know because Michael, I mean, I don't think either one of them want to be on this show, but the fact that Michael was honest and said he hadn't seen Brianna in 8 years and hadn't met two of her children. And then you sent me Ryan, the husband, he entered the chat, and what did he say?
He's posted something because people are coming out saying that there are domestic violence allegations,
Oh,
accusations. I don't know if there's legal proof of it anywhere, but people have been saying that about Ryan, so Vicky's son-in-law. So he made an Instagram story saying, I have dealt with my past. So not denying anything, but just saying and being very vague. I've dealt with my past. I've dealt with what I've gone through. I put it in the past and I'm moving forward now. So I don't know. I wonder how close Vicky and Brianna are. I
yeah.
went through Brianna's doesn't have her own Instagram, but it is. It's like it's called the Culbersons Instagram account, and it's a pretty big following. I was like a couple 100,000. She has a
Yeah.
website. She started the keto diet because remember all her thyroid issues and
Yeah,
we saw
she
all her
had a lot of
surgery.
health issues. Hmm.
So she ate, like, she turned her life, changed it, no Ozempic, nothing like that, like just clean living. And so she's just showing recipes. She has 4 kids. She kind of was off the radar though, because someone just messaged me today saying, wait, when did Brianna have a girl? She's got 4 kids now. We
Oh,
had
and one
met
of them is a girl?
yeah, the youngest, the little
Oh,
one. They moved to Dallas, and Ryan actually has a decent following too on Instagram. He's public as well. Post a lot about how he posted, this is what's interesting. He posted maybe a year or so ago that they moved to Texas, and the reason they moved to Texas, he wrote a long story. Sports are better. Their boys play football. That is exactly what Vicky said in an interview recently, saying, "Oh yeah, Brianna and Ryan, they moved to Texas because they wanted to play the boys to play football there." Like, I mean, it could be that that is their truth, but I'm like, how close are you to your daughter right now? Or maybe she created a boundary because we saw the relationship between Brianna and Vicky, and it was a difficult relationship
it
from what we
was. It
saw.
was. I know. And I always really felt kind of bad for Brianna that she had to be on this show and she was kind of like Vicky's best friend, which, like, I don't really think your mom should be your best friend. Even if your mom wants to be your best friend, that's just not really the relationship I have with my
No,
parents. You know what I mean?
but I think she wanted to be on the show. She
You
had her
think
own she had
so?
her own interviews. I think she got paid.
Oh,
I
yeah. I
think
think
they
she
paid
got
her. And I
paid
think that,
too.
like, at that point, early on in your family, you're pregnant with one, you have another, your husband's traveling, a little extra cash. Because, like, I remember we watched her go to Oklahoma. We watched them find
Yeah,
homes
we
in Oklahoma.
did.
We watched Vicky get her another car, whether she gave her a lease like that first one or what. We watched her move back to to Orange County and renovate that home. Like, looking back, like, we saw a lot of her. That doesn't seem like a Michael who's like, fine, I'll film a dinner with you or something. She filmed with Tamara, just her and Tamara.
Oh, yeah.
She
Well,
came to
she
the
had
reunion
to
one year.
during that season because she was a big part of that Brooks Cancer season too. I just feel like the kids in OC early on were main characters. We had Gina Keogh's kids. I feel like those kids I knew a lot about, and I knew a lot about Vicky's kids too. But I always felt like Vicky's kids knew that Vicky was crazy,
Yes.
allegedly. I'm just going to say that allegedly. Like, they knew what they were dealing with their mother. And so, yeah, if I was them, I would set a boundary too,
Oh yeah,
right?
completely. Did you catch on Ultimate Girls Trip, Roaring 20th, where Gina says that the show was originally based around her and her
Yes.
children? So that was the
Yes.
premise of the show, the children, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
Oh, we talked about last week, and you listened to Andy's interview with Vicky and all the housewives this week, how Vicky had come out in an interview and said
Yes.
how
Oh, we have to talk. Yes.
Andy called Brianna.
Yeah, like how Andy had called Brianna to see if she wanted to be on OC. And then Vicky had said in an interview that Brianna said, lose my number. But then Andy said, no, that's not true. And you were listening to Andy and he said, I'll talk to her about that. And then he did talk to her about it. It was kind of, I feel like she didn't really give a straight answer. What did
She
you think?
lied. She
Yes.
lied. You listen too. Go. You can
Yeah.
explain. You're a good storyteller. You can
Well,
explain.
he just like he was like out of the gates. It was all of the girls, and he was like, "Okay, so Vicky, you said that Brianna said that lose my number. He's like, that's not what happened. And Vicki was like, well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Vicki kind of seemed like, well, I didn't say that. Didn't she say like, I didn't say
Yeah,
that?
it seems very factual. She was like, I never said that. No, Vicki, you had said that I contacted Brianna to be on the new season of Orange County, and Brianna's response to me was lose my number. That never happened. And then Giselle and Lou said, Vicki,
Yes.
you did say that in our interview. We heard you. And Vicki's like, no, I didn't say that. And then Andy just moved on.
Yeah, but they were both like, no, we heard you. And so, yes, she did say that. I don't know what she was trying to do with that.
She just probably put it into her own words. It was probably
Yes.
Brianna said, "No, thanks. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't want to come back to the show." So she said, "You lose my number." I think we're also like everyone, even Andy, kind of reading into it much. She said, "No, thank you" in a nice way. The way Vicki said, "Lose my number" sounded more harsh. It wasn't. And then Andy
Right.
I'm kind of surprised Andy even like went with it or discussed that. I guess because it made him look kind of bad that someone told him lose my number
Oh,
when all he
yeah.
actually said was no, thank you. I'm not
Right.
interested.
So he wanted to clear his name. I know, because
Yes.
like in this day and age, I mean, look at this. We're like, we need to get to the bottom of this. And really
We
it's
do.
probably like a non-issue, right? But
Yeah. But your hot
yes.
take is very good for the week. You are absolutely right. Something is up with Vicki. I think it's been up for quite a while. She got that orange at BravoCon. She was kind of surprised. I don't know, like this new Mike guy, is he going to film at all? Her new
Yeah,
boyfriend?
I know. I'm like, we need to see him because we can't just have her saying that he has a ring that he says you'll get if you're a good girl. And if we don't see him, then we're going to be like, this guy is a POS. We got to see this guy. We got to see what he's like. But
'Cause you
also,
talked-
you were kind of the originator of that hot take because you had said, like, she's not okay. And I was like, you're right. Because
she's just not happy.
no, every week it's not the same Vicki.
And you
Vicki
wonder
has
if it's
changed.
so her last season on Ultimate Girls Trip, that was the one where the finale party was her little cowboy engagement party. I just picture her in this sad looking white cowboy hat. To Steve
Oh.
Lodge, they got engaged, and Tamara's in the bushes.
I didn't watch that
screaming.
season.
Oh, I think that was her last season. I don't know that she
Yeah,
was
I
in the
think it
best
was.
place.
I think they both got fired.
Yes, and I don't think she's had a great time since then. I think she looks back with regret over ending things with Dawn because the fame and the excitement of Housewives was so good that fame has kind of gone and the excitement, and she's not revered. How's the word used? Revered in that same light
yeah.
that she used to be.
Yes,
So even though
revered.
the fame is back, she's not as loved. It's not the same as it
It's
was
not. People
before.
really don't like her and they really clock her. And it's granted because if you watch the montage, if you watch the clips back, it's like, ooh, Vicki, don't. Let's talk about another housewife who might be back, but should she be back? And there's a lot of kind of all today, it all kind of came out. We found out last week that Amanda Francis will not be returning to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Cry, tear, not really.
No.
One season wonder. We kind of figured that. But now, today, we were seeing some paparazzi photos of Dorit Kemsley filming new season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Queens of Bravo posted it. And it said TMZ posted it
Because
or whatever.
Backgrid got a photo of Dorit with the cameraman linked arms.
Yeah,
like
that
this
he was
with the
helping her because
cameraman.
she was wearing these like really high shoes, but I liked her outfit. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was like
Dorit is
shorts
back.
and
Yeah, I
a
was like, oh,
top,
she
kind
looks
of.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then other people are speculating that did Dorit hire paparazzi to make it look like she was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Please, Dorit, no.
I love that one. I love
Yeah.
that one. Which, and you also wonder how much of the divorce plays into all of this right now because PK is throwing everything out there.
Yes.
But they're divorced, so her being on the show, job secure. I just wonder if she's trying to represent that she's got some job security for the next year by posting that photo. But I don't know how that would benefit her to say that.
Especially if it's
Rent
not
on a
true.
home? I know, because typically we get some sort of filming starts on this day, something gets put out. So the fact that nothing was put out, that filming's going to start, and it's just randomly Dorit and a cameraman, like what was being filmed? Although last season they did do those shots and paparazzi
Yes.
photos came out of her with the Hermes bags. Do you remember that
Yes.
at the very
Yep.
beginning? And we did get paparazzi shots of that. So maybe they're starting some of those. But I want to know who else is coming back. I'm not surprised with Dorit just because we need to know the rest of the divorce storyline and
Yeah.
everything PK is throwing out there. Like she does have a storyline that they have to continue with. So I figured there's no way they would not bring her back.
Right. And I definitely think they're going to bring back Rachel Zoe because people loved
Yes.
her right? So like, okay, they're bringing her back. I think Bose you have to bring back because she also
Keely.
has a wedding storyline. Exactly, right? So like we want to know what happens with that. But also, are we just going to run back the same cast again?
I think so. I feel like OC is doing it. It's the 20th year. We've got Ultimate Girls Trip going on right now, 20 years. I feel like Bravo does have to conclude some of these storylines. If you're going to start afresh with
Yeah.
Roni, when they did it, it was because of that COVID season and like political climate. Like they kind of had to clear it, do something different.
Yeah.
So that was a different situation. But I feel like with those, I could see OC. It really feels like this is its final year with the veterans, and then next year they start fresh. I feel like if Beverly Hills is going to do something like that, they've got to clear some storylines out before they do it. So there was that rumor a while back. I think it was Bravo and Cocktails had posted that Kyle is going to film a goodbye scene at the end of Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th, and she won't be back on. I'm not getting that vibe that that's the case.
I'm not either. And I did hear that Kyle said that that wasn't true. Oh, maybe she's just saying that to try to keep the surprise, but it feels like Kyle's going to be back, especially after the Ultimate Girls Trip, right? And so I feel like, yeah, it's, at least, I'm sorry to say this, but at least get rid of Sutton. She has no storyline.
She didn't. You know what I wonder about Kyle though, if her grandchild is going to be her storyline, because Farrah posted. So everyone's been asking who's the father, because Farrah, her oldest daughter Farrah, was engaged, and then it was just quietly hush hush. It's over. She's not engaged. Someone asked who's the father on Farrah's Instagram, and Farrah's response was coming soon. Or I'll tell you soon. So I wonder if that will get played out on this season of Beverly Hills, which I don't hate. I actually like all the Instagram reels of all her daughters and the TikToks. They go do things all day. They do events. I don't know if they're trying to get a show or something, but I actually like seeing what all the daughters and the mom are doing.
Okay, all right.
Wait, who are I know?
I'm like, I do not care. I don't care at all. You can give me like one scene with those daughters and Kyle, like a season. I could care less. I don't know what it is.
I get it.
It's just like,
I like that's one of my favorites is seeing them all together. I think
I
they're
like the Judices. Like I could watch those girls, but for some
that's
reason,
funny.
these like spoiled. I don't know. I mean, obviously they're probably all spoiled, but like these Beverly Hills girls that are just like. They really drive me up the wall. I do like Farrah and I like Portia. It's the middle two.
the middle two.
Sorry.
Alexia
That's so
is
mean.
her father.
Yeah,
Alexia
no.
really seems like Mauricio, and Sophia is like a more intense version of Kyle.
Eek. Which
They were supposed
nobody
to
needs.
be Next Gen LA, and there was talks that Sophia was
Oh.
going to be on it. Then someone had posted on Threads that show went defunct. It didn't do well.
Oh.
I have no idea, but that was like a random comment or somewhere that it could have been Reddit for all I know. So I don't know what's going on with that, if it's moving forward. No one has posted any filming of like Heather Dubrow's son, because if you saw
remember
him,
Heather had posted something like filming for,
yeah.
Next Gen LA or whatever it was, and now nothing. Okay, well we'll see what happens with that. We'll put a pin in that one.
Well, but wait, going back to Beverly Hills,
Yeah.
the two possible friend ofs that are rumored to be coming back
yes,
or
tell
joining.
me.
This I'm excited about. So possibly it's Tracy Tudor, who from $1 Million Listing LA. Tracy Tudor has
Oh.
been rumored for many years that she is in talks to be on Beverly Hills. She has come on Jeff Lewis many times saying she'd be interested in doing it. I think she would be fantastic.
Is she
to join
delusional?
Beverly Hills. No, she will put them all in their place.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's.
Did
a
you
no
watch $1 Million
nonsense.
Listing at all?
Yeah, but I can't remember. I only remember the Joshes. I only
She's
remember men on that show.
She's kind of a Rachel Zoe, but with a little more masculine energy.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So maybe not masculine, a little more alpha. I feel like Rachel Zoe I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it is masculine energy. I don't know. I just feel like Tracy Tudor, like anyone wants to go toe to toe with her, it's going to be good.
Okay.
Like she is a strong personality. I'll have to find an episode of Jeff Lewis and send to you. Like she'll go up against Jeff Lewis. She has no problem. Her best friend is Josh Flagg, and they have fights, knockdown, drag out fights. She's got two daughters. She's like a real estate mogul. She has her license here in Texas too, so she sells in Dallas as well as LA, as well as Arizona. I think her story is great. Like I really am hoping that she'll come on.
That
And the
sounds
other
awesome. Yeah,
one,
who's the other one?
Crystal Kongminkoff.
No.
I know.
Please
I
no.
know. I know. And
No.
I think I'm okay with a friend of just because. So she's also in the Jeff Lewis world. She's one of the chumps. She has her podcast with Cynthia that I don't know how successful it is. Do
I
you?
love Cynthia.
I do too.
I'm like, let's bring Cynthia to
I
Beverly
think that
Hills.
Crystal would be Amanda's replacement as the insufferable housewife.
Yeah, I think you're right. And okay, let's bring Crystal back and see if she can say that she's changed or she was going to be
No, she
her real
hasn't.
self this time. I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to act the same.
But Tracy would put her in her place. I've heard them together on Jeff Lewis's podcast. And when they're
Oh.
together on, Tracy is a little more of the dominant one in the conversation. And I think we didn't really
Okay.
have someone, but Crystal respects Tracy. So that's the difference. I don't think she respected anyone when she was on before,
No, she really didn't.
right?
Yeah,
she felt like
really
she was
didn't.
on an island. So I think if you have Tracy, she'll feel confident in having a friend, but also someone who can be like, okay, stop. And I
Yeah.
want to see Tracy and Rachel Zoe. I'm very curious on that.
Yes, me too.
And
If they're
Erica
both
Jane.
like, huge moguls. And I do think Rachel is like an alpha, but she's kind of like a secret alpha. You know what I mean? She's like, if I will let you know how it is if I need to, but I'll hang back.
Yes,
Right? Like
that's
I'll
it.
hang back.
That's
But it
it.
sounds like this Tracy one is like, no, I'm going to tell you all the time. Where Rachel, she's just waiting, right?
Oh, and another connection. Remember when Dorit owed money to the guy, Chris X, who did her hair
Yes.
and didn't pay? Tracy is best friends with him. Tracy came on Jeff Lewis speaking bad about Dorit. Jeff
I
was speaking bad about
remember
Dorit.
that.
Right? That will be
Uh-huh.
good. So for Tracy
Oh.
and Dorit, that's going to be good. So that automatically Rachel and Tracy won't get along because Rachel will always side with Dorit.
Yeah,
I think
Rachel loves
Tracy
Dorit.
should be a full-time.
That is good because there's already built-in beef. So that sounds like a good casting choice, I think. These are
Yes.
okay. These are good. We need a little something. We need a little shakeup over there. I
Yes.
also have some news about a different Amanda. Not Amanda Francis, but our other favorite Amanda Batula. I know we thought she was gone. Well, she is, but from Bravo, at least right now. But her best friend, Katie DeLuca, was on a podcast and is finally speaking her truth. So I listened to it. And she was interviewed by a friend. So said friend, they're close. But like she asked her all the questions that we would want to ask. And apparently Katie is saying that she did not know about Wes and Amanda until the day before this statement.
See a group text on what was it, the little after show thing that they did, not the after show, but aftermath show. Didn't we see a text with Katie DeLuca, Amanda, and Wes asking to come hang out?
Yes, and she said that they were just friends, Amanda and West, and so it wasn't weird. She said they did get close as she was like leaving Kyle. She said she didn't think it was weird that he was texting like, hey, you want to come hang out, because they were just friends. She said we hung out once, like the three of them or whatever, and that, or maybe there was like more people there. She said that there was nothing. No, she's like, I didn't read anything between the two of them. It was totally platonic, totally just friends. And this was mid-January, before January 17th, she said.
So Amanda literally told nobody, not even the
Yes,
person who's supposed to be her best
yes.
friend.
Since third grade, this is her best friend, and she did not confide in her. Or
But
so.
it's-
I mean, I kind of believed her. She seemed authentic. Like she didn't seem like she had anything to like lie about. But she is still friends with Amanda. She said she doesn't agree with what Amanda did, but she still believes that like Amanda is like her friend, and she like still wants to be friends with her, even though she did that. But she doesn't like what she did that. She said that she had to go to Amanda, show up unannounced, and be like, what is going on? Like the day before this statement was released. And that's when Amanda told her.
So Katie is basically reinforcing the image that we already have of Amanda. Is that what your takeaway was from the podcast?
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm like, oh, Katie, why are you friends with her? But yeah, that's her friend, and she was also going through a hard time, which this is another piece of the story is like she didn't feel like she could say anything because she was getting a lot of heat online from everyone because she was best friends with Amanda. And she didn't feel like she could say anything because if she said something, people would just come for her more. Like she didn't know what she could really say. And so she just was quiet. And she was also she's gone through 2 miscarriages recently, and one of them she was going through when the audio leak came out and her name was in it. Katie DeLuca, her friend Katie DeLuca. Yes, so she was going through that. She said it was really a painful time. It was so hard. And then that happened, and so she just felt like it wasn't right to say anything until now. Now she's like feels like she can kind of say like she was going through a hard time. And so then it's odd that Amanda would post that video of her picking out pickles and ice cream when your best friend has gone through 2 miscarriages. It just feels very insensitive.
It just reinforces the fact that Amanda is selfish. That sounds like what Katie did in that interview. And she did the right thing by just staying quiet. Why bother?
Yeah,
What I
exactly.
wonder about her friendship with Amanda, if it's kind of like a cousin friendship. Like, do you have friends that you knew them since you were very young, but as an adult, they're still in your life. You still love them. When you see them, you share everything, but they're not in your day-to-day life.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's what it sounds like. And I wonder, especially because I never understood how Katie was friends with Danielle, but also Amanda. I wonder if Danielle became her everyday life. Now I'm in my early 30s, living in Manhattan, good friend from every day. But Amanda's still my cousin that I've always known, that I will always love.
Right, right. And something else she said, which I think I read into more than probably like anyone else, but she said that she is friends with Danielle, Lindsay, Carl, Kyle. She said, I've been, became friends with all these people. I thought it was interesting that she didn't mention Paige. I just wondered, maybe her and Paige didn't click, or maybe she didn't mention her because she's not on the show anymore. But I would mention, if I was friends with Paige, I'd be listing her number 1. You know what I mean?
I don't think Paige is a part of that circle. I think like Carl, Kyle, Lindsay, from season 1 of Summer House, they became and Danielle, they became a strong bond and they became good friends. I don't think Paige was, I think she was Summer House co-workers with them, but I don't think they were ever part of the same circle. I think Paige and Sierra, Hannah, like yes, but I don't think Paige was a part of that circle ever.
Right. And I think Amanda wanted to be in both of those circles, right? So she kind of like tried to get it be in both of them. But obviously, she's not in the Paige, Hannah, Sierra one now.
No.
And the Lindsay, Kyle, Carl one, she's not really in that one either. But it was just very interesting. Finally, we heard from Katie DeLuca. We can kind of put a bow on that.
I know what I'm wondering when you mentioned the audio leak at the reunion, how they mentioned Katie DeLuca's name. I wonder, knowing Lindsay, if that was an intentional move to say her name just to get a little attention to their show and how she's going to be on the show.
Yes. Oh, and she talked about In the City, and she said that a lot of her scenes, she decided she wanted to be a friend of because her husband didn't want to film, and like, so she was going to be a friend of. She didn't want to
not
show.
American or something?
He's
about
British.
A visa, something
He's
about a
British.
visa and not being able to film.
Maybe I think there was
someone
something
was talking about.
Yeah, there was something about a visa. So like she was like, I'll just be a friend of. She said most of her scenes, and I think people have speculated about this, were her and Amanda discussing her separation. And so because of the Wes and Amanda thing, most of those didn't matter anymore. So they cut them. So like, that's why we didn't see Katie DeLuca. And that totally makes sense to me. And you know what? Your friend screwed you, Katie DeLuca, because if you were looking to like be famous, not just from your name being said a bunch of times, but actually from people getting to meet you, that is gone now.
Yeah. And thank you for listening to that podcast.
You're welcome. I do what you guys don't want to do. No, I'm just kidding.
And I didn't want to listen to that one.
Very quickly, we did see a clip. We're switching gears now about Shep was on Tinks, and this means that Southern Charm is going to be coming soon because they finished filming. So now I'm like, okay, we're hearing stuff about Southern Charm again. That's coming soon. Tinks asks Shep about Taylor because they've been spotted together. He's been seen with her and her family. Her and her boyfriend broke up. It was kind of cryptic. Didn't you feel like they asked him point blank, like, are you guys like hooking up? Are you together? And what did he say?
He said, what did he say?
He was
He didn't say yes, but he
no,
said
he didn't say yes, but he didn't say
they said,
no.
was the door open? Is that what she asked?
Oh, yeah. And he
door
was like, oh,
open?
yeah, like I respect
it's not
her and her
closed.
family. Like she's hanging out with all her old friends from Southern Charm. Like,
So
okay.
clearly on the show, and
Yeah.
then asked, is there any chance with her and the ex? And that was the only, oh, absolutely not. That is fully over. There's no chance with them. So I don't know if that's, maybe they are together or maybe that's going to be their storyline.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, he's not going to give away his storyline. They're probably back together.
Which is funny that that one didn't make the big headlines because you sent me that link and it was from about August 5th.
Oh, so it's even
So it didn't,
old.
people did, no, well, it's not old, but it's like, that's pretty big news. Like that response, like trying to say that kind of maybe something's happening with Taylor and she's going to be on the new season. How did nobody pick that up? So
Yeah.
breaking news right here on the Bravo Rundown podcast by Genevieve.
It's Shep and Taylor. We're shipping them again. And hopefully if these two are back together, let's hope that Shep has learned something and is treating her with respect. And he's not going to yell at her if she like smashes his egg in a stupid egg toss game. Okay, Shep, we're not going to forget that. We will not
I do
forget.
wonder if he's a little bit of a Kyle situation and Bravo is doing a little protection of a cast member.
Yeah.
Because another person that he goes and whatever has he come out and said what he was on at BravoCon? I feel like I read that somewhere.
Oh, no.
I mean, it snows everywhere in
Yeah.
Bravo, right?
It
I feel
really
like
does.
I saw that. Like it was so bad. Like that one BravoCon.
Yes,
And
where
I
he
do
was
wonder-
like telling a fan about Paige and Craig and how it was a fake relationship.
Like it was a pure, I don't know if it was this last BravoCon or the one before, just a pure bender the entire 4 days he was
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah, that was the previous one.
So again, like with Kyle, is the cheating because you're using so much and you aren't aware of who you are, where you are, what you're doing. Because remember, Amanda said they were somewhere with his family and he like kissed a woman's neck in front of everyone because he was just so drunk and didn't know what he was doing.
Yes.
So I wonder if the cheating with Shep, if it's one of those situations, like stop partying because you go out late at night, you're using whatever you're using, you don't know what you're doing, and that happens.
Yeah.
But sober, she loves him.
No, 100%. And also, this is like so stupid, but I had never thought the way that the editors have made Kyle look on Summer House is that he gets too wasted and then he hooked up with someone, but he doesn't remember.
Like,
He was
that's
so
bad.
wasted. He was just like, oh my God, right? But in my head, I've never had this thought before, and I'm wondering, why did I never question this? But like, is that kind of a cop-out? Isn't that an easy way to be like, I don't remember. I would never do that to you. When really, like maybe he
why
does
are you-
remember.
But why are you using? I understand Amanda's argument. Why are you using to the point that you don't remember what you've done and you've now cheated on your partner? You don't
Yes.
respect your partner because you wouldn't use to that point in part. Like I get what she's saying, but
No,
at some
definitely.
point, Amanda stayed in that relationship. So people have said with Wes, like if there are rumors of cheating or whatever, Amanda and West are both people that neither is going to break up with the other. They're going to push the other till they break up with them. So when will this ever end?
No, literally. It could go on forever. And yes, that's another thing is that Kyle never made those changes. So he cheated on her, but he never cut back. He never stopped drinking. He never stopped going out. So he really like never did anything to,
No. Okay, so question, and somebody
Yeah.
was talking about this week, I don't know, one of the 100 podcasts I heard. Do you want to see where West and Amanda are on In the City, even as a hate watch? Would you be intrigued to see what the relationship looks like?
I would say like a couple months ago, I would say like absolutely not. Now, maybe.
Right? Same. I'll watch
Oh
them.
God.
If, like on Threads, someone had a paparazzi, like a amateur paparazzi, whatever. Someone had their phone and they're crossing the street with their matcha. They're just walking, and here's me rewatching it. Okay, rewatch. Zoom. What kind of pants are they wearing? What are they drinking?
I
Does she have a
know.
smile? Does he have a smile? What's happening? I'm like, clearly, I will watch them on In the City.
I want to see what they're wearing and what they're eating. Like I don't
100%.
know why, but I want to see how many times those jorts make an appearance,
Yeah.
right?
He was in biker shorts, like cotton biker shorts, and I was like, "Ooh, those don't look good. Let me zoom in and get a good look at those biker shorts."
I love you. I love that you did that. That is like totally something I would do
I
too.
have no shame. And then my daughter walks behind me as I'm zooming in. I'm like, "Oh, put my phone down." What you doing
You're like, oh, just
today?
just Bravo stuff. You
Exactly.
know me. Oh my God, that's so funny. Let's talk about Ultimate Girls Trip. And on Watch What Happens Live with the girls, Teresa is asked. Most people weren't shady. I felt like it was very like, oh, we all love each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they asked Teresa, like, first word that pops into your head about a housewife, and she got Tamra. And Teresa said, annoying. Is there beef
Toodles.
there?
She is. Someone had said, again, another one on the 100 podcast, someone had said that you wonder on like Tamara, Shannon, and OC, whoever comes to Salt Lake, whoever comes to Atlanta, if those people are going to do whatever to vie for camera time. Because look what happened. Tamara and Shannon. Tamara brings up the drinking again, and they got all the camera time. So you wonder if it's one of those situations. But I think there's some podcast beef there now that I'm thinking about it. I think Tamara has said something about Teresa on the podcast.
Yeah, I think you're right. But also, I mean, I would have said that too, because those ladies, those OC ladies, I don't think Heather, but the rest of them, they were being a little loud during that bunko game. And
Okay. That is the thing.
Right?
I
Like, they were
played
being
bunko.
annoying.
Bunko, that is
Oh,
bunko.
you have to be
I
annoying.
played bunko. Yeah, I played bunko many times.
Okay.
One, you have to drink. It is not fun. So you're drinking whatever margaritas from the local Tex-Mex place, whatever you're drinking, and then you're rolling dice. And so you're rolling dice, and you're trying to like count up to get to the number 21. So that was the first thing when they're playing bunko, and Shannon, whoever's trying to explain how to count points, I'm like, no. I've played like over the last 6 years, like maybe twice a year. And I never remember how to keep points. I was like, there is no way they're going to keep points. So one, two, you get so excited when you hit the numbers that the shrieking, it's a thing. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
That
Well,
is truly how bunko is played. Drunk, dice, numbers. And when you get a bunko, which means like 3 threes, I think it's 3 3, I don't remember. But you're supposed to yell bunko, and then whoever gets a bunko has like a hat or something to wear on them until the next person gets a bunko to be like, I got a bunko.
Well, see,
It's
we
actually
needed this.
fun if you're drunk
Okay.
and you're in it. If you're drunk and
Okay.
you're in it and you're playing, it's exciting because it's like betting. Like you put in $20 to the pool, and so whoever has the most bunkos in the end wins from the pot. Whoever has the least bunkos, so it's like you're in Vegas.
right. And well,
Get
so
loud at the craps table in Vegas.
this makes sense. This is good backstory to know. That's why those ladies were into it and the other ladies weren't, because they
Yes.
hadn't played or they didn't know. But also the O's. I was like, these ladies really got like the shitty end of the stick. They had to play bunko and they were wearing like 80s costumes. I was like,
The G-string of Tamra, and then Shannon walks in and goes, did you wear G-strings in the 80s? She was like, I did. I bet Tamra did. I bet Tamra was an aerobics instructor.
Oh, yeah.
With that little body, like, yeah.
yeah. I was just like, oh, good thing they did this one first, because this is bad.
It's OC, though. I mean,
I know it
it's
totally
OC.
works. I want us to talk about something else, because there was a lot of kind of speculation this week, and the Valley reunion. Like people are switching like who they liked. So like the couple you liked before, now you hate them. And Kristen and Luke are kind of one of those couples that are not looking very good.
They looked bad all season, and then you're like, okay, redemption.
Yeah.
Maybe Luke's going to make himself look better. He's going to make some apologies. No, he just looked like he did not want to be there. He's over this relationship. So there were a couple stories that they asked. Andy asks Luke and Kristen, and one of them was like, Luke, we asked you and Kristen to come to watch what happens live. And you said you only want to come by yourself. Tell us about that.
That is weird.
So Luke's reasoning makes sense.
Yeah.
His messaging is absolutely horrible. So Kristen's like, well, our nanny was out of town. We tried to get Luke's mom, but she wasn't available. So we'd have to bring Kaya. And Luke's like, I don't want to bring my child across the country. Sleep's going to be disrupted for a 24-hour stay, only to go back for another week or two. Her sleep's going to be completely messed up. Like, it's not worth it. I'll come alone. Okay, I get it. But the story he seemed to have told Kristen was like, I want to go to New York and have a fun time in New York.
Yeah,
If I'm going to take
yeah.
her, I don't want to go. It's not fun.
No.
Which, fine, that is also true. And Andy's response to it, you guys need to get a backup nanny. Get a backup nanny. I'm like, he tells everyone on the couch, guys, get a backup nanny. And I'm like, Zach just had a whole little part where he had at one point had no money and almost moved back home to his parents. He has no furniture in his house, and you want them all to have a backup nanny on retainer? How do you have a backup nanny on?
No. Yeah, exactly. That is something that a rich person can say. Like, why do you not have a backup nanny? Like, come on. Like, you don't have like a night nurse, a backup nanny,
Exactly.
a nanny, a maid, like, a housekeeper, pardon me.
This is
Like,
not the Housewives. This is not Beverly Hills Housewives. A backup nanny. Like what?
I'm like, did you see where these people were going this season, Andy? These people need that money, okay? Like, I'm surprised they could even go to New York to film Watch What Happens Live. No.
They pay. They pay.
Oh, okay.
Not first class. Not first class.
No,
but they pay.
definitely not. And yeah, it's like hard for these people to kind of explain some of the things that they're going through, which is totally makes sense. But yeah, you feel bad for Kristen. You're like, come on, dude. Like, come on. And then it's like, it did make sense when he explained that like time zones and she would be upset.
But I don't think he said it that way to her.
No,
But you feel bad for Kristen, but also she admits to postpartum rage. I think he's not a great guy.
I know. And then someone wrote in the comments, which I was like, oh, maybe that's it, that Kristen thinks that this is the best she can do.
Well, we've seen Kristen over the years stay in relationships past their due dates.
Yes.
She just has a tendency, she lets them linger on. And actually the reason her and Janet had a falling out was because Kristen was with her ex for so long and she kept going to Janet complaining. And it was the same exact situation that she had with Sandoval and Katie and Stassi. Same thing with Janet. And then she finally broke up. So then Kristen stayed with Janet and Jason and made a mess in her apartment. And I think it was just the final straw for Janet. And that's Janet's story. She shared it on a podcast. They finally broke up their friendship from it. Now that Kristen has a kid with this man, she's not
going anywhere.
No, but I don't think it's a simple. I think yes, he is horrible, absolutely. But I don't know who instigates. I don't know who starts it. But she also admits to being angry and not hearing his side of things and just yelling. Like having a baby and being a selfish parent as a baby, because we saw this on Bethany too, on Bethany Ever After with Jason and on sharing the workload of the kid. It's never going to be 50-50. You have to accept that. It will never, if you want everything to be fair and you want, like, I changed 3 diapers. Now you changed 3 diapers. Now I woke up 2 times. It's just not going to work out that way. And if that's what you expect and you get angry because of it, you're going to have to work through that. That's a natural argument to have, but
she's a mom, so she knows. Wait, I'm pointing at you. And then, okay, because you are a mom, there's been some people are angry because using the mom card again. Can you use the mom card? Jasmine was saying she doesn't want these people to use the mom card. People are upset about that. Explain.
No, so I agree with Jasmine said. Jasmine, in the middle of all of the piece with Luke and Kristen, the piece with Danny and Chris and Luke, and Danny are trying to defend themselves. Well, we have small children and we're not getting sleep and it's hard to take care of the family. And that Nia's like, or Jasmine, Jasmine says, stop constantly saying it's because you're a parent. I completely back Jasmine in that moment. Stop using the fact that you're a parent for the fact that you are a shitty husband, a shitty partner, a shitty person to other people when you drink, because that person is the core down there. Stop using the fact that you're a parent to explain that. I'm not going and like yelling and berating people because I didn't sleep last night. I was stressed out and woke up at 2:30 the other day and couldn't fall back asleep. Am I a monster to everyone? Sure. No, I'm not. I just had 3 cups of coffee and 2 Coke Zeros.
Well,
and I carried on with my day.
You woke up because you're a parent.
Yes,
that's why you woke
but you're
up.
not like but you're not. I know. That's what I mean. Like I had like stress, first day of school stress.
Yeah.
I couldn't I couldn't sleep. But I just feel like you cannot use that as like as excuse for being a bad person. So now poor Jasmine is getting the hate. Though you're not a parent, you don't know which one, yes. But as a
Yeah.
non-parent, as a parent who now has teens, to constantly claim using that parent card over and over, it gets old. Like you can't explain everything in life because you're a parent. And I did say this on the podcast last week, right? Like I was like that as a parent when my kids were little, like
Oh,
everything
yes.
revolved around. That's just kind of how it is when you're young. And you cannot, but a person who doesn't have kids, like you can't use that.
No, and that's how I feel like when you told me that she said that, I'm like, okay, but also I don't have kids and I would never ever be like, well, you can't use that because I know that y'all are going through a lot more that I can't even comprehend. And like, I'm tired at the end of the day. You guys have like a human that you're like raising and making sure they're like a good human. And that is the biggest job of all. So like,
Yeah,
you
but it
guys
gets
have a lot
old
more
to hear,
stress.
especially yeah. But the 4 under 4, like it gets old, and you don't like nobody wants to hear it. And Danny, that is not Luke. That is not an excuse for the way you treat Kristen, and that's what Jasmine tried to say. And so I even made a post saying, let's kind of be kinder to Jasmine. All she was trying to say is, don't use that as an excuse to be horrible to your wife.
Right.
People didn't like that I said that.
Oh,
Yeah, got a little pushback
okay.
from I don't always respond to the comments unless they're nice or unless you message me and it's something nice. I'm happy to respond. But it was a lot of like Jasmine doesn't know what she's talking about, but it was also a lot of I don't like Jasmine.
oh,
I think that was more of it.
yeah.
I think that was more of it. Which she does try to fight for the camera time. And you noticed this. We looked at Drunk Dawn's picture today of the couch.
Yes, drunk drawn. I love. And she was omitted. She wasn't even drawn on the couch. So, yeah.
Was Schwartz on there?
No.
I don't remember. Okay, if you guys have not seen, go to Drunk Dawn on Instagram.
Is it drunk
Dawn,
drawn?
DAWN, right?
Isn't it drunk drawn?
Wait. Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Drunk Drawn. Well, not Drunk Dawn. Oh my
But it does have a
God.
W, so it is
It
the way
is
that I
Drunk
like.
Dawn.
Yeah, drunk drawn because I love like his stuff, and he
Drunk
makes prints
Drawn.
that you can order, and it's so good. And
Oh,
one time I
really?
used like some of his art in my video, and I did credit him. I was like, this is drunk drawn, da da da, and someone was like, they were like, that is so mean of you, that artwork of Sheena. I was like, I did not draw it, but I love it. It was like a funny, you know,
It's like
'cause
a satire.
it's satire. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yes. No, I love it. I reposted it to our Instagram and our story. So Drunk Drawn, not
Yes.
Drunk Dawn Gunvalson. Drunk Drawn drew the Valley reunion photos, and they're so good. Brittany in her dress saying, "It's so tight."
I know. It was so good. Let's talk about what we can't stop thinking about of the week.
Will you go first because I
Okay.
gotta look mine up.
Well, I kind of want to change mine because okay. Oh, well, actually, no, it goes in. So Next Gen, they were at BravoCon and I was there and I saw them get their award. So it was like, yay. But then also, I think that I am okay with this like Charlie Ariana storyline.
Oh.
It's like messy, but I kind of love it. I'm like, okay, she wants to date the bad boy.
Yeah, she's 23. Everyone's
Yeah,
like,
like-
she's 23. She's not really getting any heat. Or maybe she originally did when the preview came out, but now everyone's kind of like, she's 23 years old. She's having fun. Like, oh, well, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm kind of here for that. Like, I'm excited to see where that goes.
I feel like Charlie has like a very schmoozing kind
He
of. I
does.
think
He's
he
like
can draw them
not,
in.
yeah, like he's not like, and the crypto, that whole thing is very scary and very weird and very dark. But he's like not the guy that you look at and you're like, oh, he's hot, but he's got that personality that like is like charismatic and like bad or whatever. So it makes you like, I don't know, like think he's cuter than he is, you know?
Although he
So,
looked better last season one.
yes.
One of the girls on the show said, "Is he or was it Georgia? Is he coloring his eyebrows?" And now I can't unsee it because my
Oh.
daughter was watching season one
Oh,
recently, and I'm like, "Oh, he sure does have blonder eyebrows, and now they are almost black.
Yes, they are darker now.
They looked better blonde, but which one was coloring?"
We will never know.
We'll
Maybe
never
we
know.
will.
And is he not drinking this season too? He's very aware of the cameras and how he came off last season because he is definitely making an effort to be much more nice, for lack of
And
a
I
better
think,
word.
yeah, and I think also the crypto thing. Like, is he in trouble
Oh,
for that? Is he trying to act like, like a stand-up guy because of that too? Because we don't know what's going to happen with that. I want to
that's a
hear,
good point.
right? Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay, so I think I have a couple. I'll go quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one, Ava and Shy. That was hilarious. Shy is like one of
The
the best.
drawing.
Yes. Shy is one of the best reality stars. He literally just kind of got thrown into it. We know bits and pieces of him because he said he was an immigrant. And I'm like, you're an immigrant. So I had to go look it up. He's Israeli. Then his family moved to China. So I don't know. Like he came
Wow.
here. He came to, I think it was New Jersey, I read, or the Bronx. I don't know,
Oh,
very different. In high school. Like his story
wow.
is fascinating. And then they were saying on Next Gen how he had a corporate art job that he quit because they didn't want him on reality
Oh,
TV. So I'm kind of like,
yes.
how easily are you going to find another corporate art job? I don't know. It sounds like a coveted.
It
He's
really
like
does.
floundering in the reality TV world, thinks Ava likes him. Completely doesn't. And then Ava's mom is Becky with the good hair.
Yes.
This is also great. And thank goodness that Ava's mom, Rachel Roy, is level-headed because the juxtaposition to Rachel Roy and Ava is like, oh my gosh, Ava's just a hot mess. And then I told you I went down a little Wikipedia road of Rachel Roy. They had a restraining order for her and her girls against Damon Dash. I don't know why, like
Yes.
her father, which whatever happened. I mean, it's great to see that Ava now has a good relationship with her father because I don't know when that was, what happened there. But anyway, so I did like my little next gen deep
Deep
dive this week. It
dive.
was such a good episode. I'm going to watch the after show this week because I heard
Oh,
all the cast members talk about who they ran into at BravoCon, which Bravo Lebs. So
okay.
I'm really
Ooh.
excited to see that because someone said they were was it Georgia, in an elevator with Dorinda and she was all, maybe it
Oh.
was when you went to the Clorox event.
I know,
Maybe
and I got
that's
to
where she
meet
was
Dorinda. That
at.
was so cool. Oh, also, I remember from BravoCon that West Wilson was like on a panel with Ariana Bierman, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to like hang out with you, Ariana." Like that man, his tentacles are just because he also got Brittany Bateman's number on one of the panels at BravoCon.
Know that.
Yeah, she was like, "I'll give you my number," and like gave it to him. Like,
I think he might be an addict, a sex addict,
sex
right?
addict, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I think he
Like
wants to
Jax
be.
a little bit, like Jax.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hello, Mia, Sally, Jen Fessler,
Amanda, like
allegedly not. I
who?
mean, the list just goes on and
It
on.
really does. Jen Fessler, allegedly.
I said allegedly, but I'm going to say not allegedly because I don't believe that. But you
Allegedly.
never know. My other one, I'll be real quick
Yes.
because nobody's literally watching this show on Bravo. Real Housewives of London. I was so happy with Bravo this week. Wasn't a lot of gossip, but I felt like between Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip and Real Housewife of London, Bravo has come back to its roots and what I love. Older women arguing
Yes.
wealth, aspiration. I've said it so many times. London reminds me so much of Beverly Hills. It is so good. If you haven't watched it, please watch it or at least jump to episode 5 when Juliet Angus from Ladies of London comes in. And super quick hot take. At episode 5 of Ladies of London, I was falling off and wasn't liking it as much and wasn't engaged. Real Housewives of London, episode 5. It's getting better. I like Real Housewives of London better than Ladies of London New Right. I said it, mic
Oh
drop.
my God. Okay, so I jumped in because of you at the end or episode 5, sorry. The beginning of episode 5, I was like, oh God, I don't think I can do this. I was like, this is pretty bad. But then Juliet Angus arrived. And I don't know if it's because I like watched Ladies of London, right? So I'm like familiar with her. But I mean, I wasn't like a Juliet Angus stan or anything like that. But yeah, then we had like these 2 fights back to back. I was like, whoa. And then episode 6 was really good. So I'm in on that with you now.
Right? The delusion, because I agree with the Juliet Angus. She wasn't my favorite on the first Ladies of London, but she just gets in there with a little innocence and plays
Yeah.
victim and it just explodes.
Yes,
So,
yes. One more thing before we do rapid fire. Who's your best dressed and worst dressed Atlanta reunion? Go.
Okay, I loved Pinky.
Okay.
My girl Pink. I call her
Yeah.
my girl Pinky best. Off the top of my head, I'm just gonna say Kelly for worse because like Kelly's the Sheena non-complimentary.
Yeah, I texted you because I was like it was bothering me, the pearls, these fake ass pearls, okay? They're not real pearls. If they're real pearls, that might have been, but these fake ass pearls that went like around her neck on this like collar thing. And I'm like, that just looks cheap. Like it looks cheap, okay? So she was my worst. My best, I think, is Phaedra. She looks
She did look
phenomenal,
good. Her
right?
hair, yeah,
Yes,
she looked
and like,
great.
but everyone like really brought it too.
did.
But anyway, okay, so we just had to do a little quick Atlanta shout out right there. Ultimate Girls Trip, rapid fire. What is more iconic? There was a Variety, I think it was Variety article that listed the most iconic quotes of Real Housewives.
No, not Variety. Let's not
Hollywood
throw Variety
Reporter.
under the bus. Yes.
Okay.
Because it wasn't great, so
They
I don't
were
want to throw
wrong.
Variety.
They were wrong, right? Okay, so we're just going to judge some of the iconic lines. So let's start with, of course, Atlanta, the best, Nene Leakes. Close your legs to married men versus...
Iconic.
Versus not a white refrigerator. Girl, please put on your shoes. Let's find you a home.
Oh, both so good.
I know.
I think the first one to Kim, Close Your Legs. I think that's just more
so
iconic.
good. I love that white refrigerator.
It is so
That's
good.
a tough one, right? Okay. Then
I think White Refrigerator is a little more deep cut, whereas Close Your Legs to Marry Man is more the mainstream iconic.
yeah, that's true. Then we have Beverly Hills, and we're just sticking with Kyle Richards. What is more iconic? Kyle saying to Camille, "You're such a fucking liar, Camille," or "He will never emotionally fulfill you. Know that."
The second one. Okay. Know that.
Yes.
I got to say it with you here.
Next, we're going to do Salt Lake City. And we're doing receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything versus high body count hair.
I think you've got to go with the first one because you had politicians using that line,
Right.
In on the floor on like the.
What about receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots versus like Baby Gorgeous?
Lisa Bar. I'm still receipts timeline. Lisa Barlow, it's a lot of her voice in Ultimate Girls Trip. A lot of her voice, and her voice is a lot. She is like the cool girl of the show. She doesn't fit in with the group, but they keep splicing in her confessionals of all the women. I don't know if it's because she's not part of the drama and she's not doing anything. So they keep cutting to her and pterodactyls in Orange County and Dinosaur Land. Like, do they just need to give her screen time?
I think so. I know. I was like, what is Lisa talking about? But like, okay, I'm here for it. Here for it, Baby Gorgeous. And then, okay, this one is a hard one. We're in New York. What is more iconic? How could you do this to me? Question mark. Versus be cool. Don't be uncool.
The question. I just love the question mark because I do it all the time in my head. Or I'm writing a text to you and I'll just ask go about question mark in Luann's head. In Luann's voice.
Like every time I hear the word homeless now, I'm always like, you were never homeless. Like I want to like shout it out. That is all for us this week. Thank you so much for being here. Follow us at the Bravo Rundown. We are Real Melzer of Bravo, Bravo Books and Bravo. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and we will see you next week. And follow us and give us a 5-star review. We would absolutely love that on Spotify and Apple Music. Right? Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.